St. Patrick's Day is our national holiday and a day when the whole world can call themselves Irish. But before we start handing out passports, there's a couple of things you might need to know. Now, I don't want to be the type of guy who brings rules to a party, but when it comes to the big day, here's a few things that might help you celebrate like a local. What better place to start than the man himself, famous for driving all the snakes out of Ireland? Firstly, I'm no biologist, but I think Ireland's snake-free status probably has more to do with our climate than St. Patrick's crook. Also, as it turns out, St. Patrick was originally from Wales, but that never stopped us from claiming him as our own. If anything, this just shows that you don't really have to be Irish to get into the spirit of things on St. Patrick's Day. Good lad. We may be known as the Fighting Irish around the world, but we prefer the term passionate. Actually, compassionate would work too. The World Giving Index has us ranked as one of the most charitable countries in the world, but I suppose the compassionate Irish wouldn't really work in the same way as the Fighting Irish. If you're in any doubt about our softer side, all you have to do is witness Irish people getting off a bus. In fairness, if you had to drive that thing through the tight Dublin streets, you deserve our thanks too. Dressing for the occasion is always appreciated, but if you want to fit in with the locals, try to avoid going the full shamrock head-to-toe green look. Yeah, moderation is your friend. Oh, and as for those Kiss Me I'm Irish t-shirts, yeah, they actually have the opposite effect over here. But if you've got an exotic accent, who knows? If you want some Irish lingo more authentic than the dreaded top of the morning to you, a typical Irish greeting would go along the lines of, how are you? How are you? Or what's the crack? Is there any fun happening in your life? How are you? If mastering one of these sayings is a bit daunting, a vague but confident sounding comment about the weather is always well received.
It's bleeding Baltic.
Sure look. It's true that no Irish man, woman or child can ignore the beat of a bowron, but there's more to our music scene than fiddles and tin whistles. Actually, we went electric a long time ago. For a country of our size, we managed to punch above our weight on the international music scene. If there was a chart for gold records per capita, we'd be world beaters. Probably. Either way, a session's a session. Back to St. Patrick's Day for a second. Now, we'd like to take credit for our national holiday spilling out all over the world, but we did have some help. The day actually started off as a relatively quiet day of reflection. In fact, it was one of the only days of the year where the pubs were closed. Yeah, this is where you put in one of those bad record scratch sound effects. It wasn't until Irish Americans got their hands on the day, a safe distance from Irish mammies and Irish guilt, that a bit of crack was added to the mix. Parties, parades, green dye dumped into pints and rivers alike as our modest national celebration was shared with the world. So, a bit of credit goes to our Irish American friends. They say everyone is Irish for a day on St. Patrick's Day, and now with our help you can hopefully act the part. So, if you're in a pub on March 17th, tell them a local sent you. And remember, there are no strangers here, only friends you haven't met yet.